Hi class. Today I am going to read Chapter 4, The Sweet Smell of Victory. This is from The Janitor's Boy. In the last time, Chapter 3, if you remember, Jack was blaming his father for all of his troubles instead of putting the blame where it should have been, which is on his classmates. So I think this time he might be trying to get back at his father. He does blame him. And some of us probably did that too when we were growing up, blaming the wrong person for something. If you haven't already, click like and subscribe to this channel. Give the video a thumbs up. It does help the channel out a great deal. Adult literacy and English language, where I help adults learn how to read. And also click the bell notification so you can be informed of future videos. Chapter 4, The Sweet Smell of Victory. This is a very short chapter, class. Sitting in English class with his heart pounding away, Jack reviewed the mission. Just 5 minutes ago, he had delivered a crushing blow to the enemy, a major assault, gummage in the first degree. His music room attack was undetected. The weapon was untraceable, and the result was unbelievably messy. The only flaw was that Jack would not be able to watch his dad's face when he saw that desk. If only I could be there, he thought. I could point at the desk and say, "Okay, Janitor John, janitor this." Or maybe I'd say, "Go ahead, work your magic, tidy guy. You decided to go and become Mr. Clean. So, here's a little present from your #1 fan." Jack grinned, savoring the imagined moment. "Well, Jack, what is it?" Uh-oh, battle stations. It was Mrs. Carroll in a lime green pantsuit bearing down from the front left flank. Artillery fire had already begun. Jack straightened up in his chair frantically, scrolling through that tiny part of his brain that had been tracking the teacher, trying to recall her last 2 or 3 droning sentences. Something about parts of speech, something about, and in a flash he knew, like instant replay in his head. With the sweetest smile he could manage, he said, "It's a preposition, right?" Mrs. Carroll glared at him and edged a little closer. She'd been watching him from the corner of her eye for the past 30 seconds, and she could have sworn Jack Rankin was completely zoned out. Daydreaming was her pet peeve, and this was the 5th time she had tried and failed to catch Jack at it. Pursing her lips, that means she's pressing them close together because she's angry. She said, "Yes, the word across is a preposition." Her eyes narrowed and she edged half a step nearer. Mrs. Carroll reminded Jack of a green lizard getting ready to flip its tongue out to snap up a fly. She said, "Now, use it in a sentence." The sentence that popped into Jack's head was, the English teacher darted across the ceiling like a chameleon. But what he said was, the fisherman paddled his canoe across the lake. And isn't that the way it happens when you're unprepared? You're thinking one thing, but then you say another, and the thing that you say is probably going to get you in trouble. Lizard woman. I like the way the author describes this teacher as a lizard, because the lizard is the prey, okay, and Jack is the fly, because it says out here, out to snap up a fly. So, in other words, the author is describing Mrs. Carroll, the teacher, as the prey, which is the one that's catching the victim. Okay, so the lizard, or Mrs. Carroll, is the prey that's catching the victim, or the fly, which is Jack, the student. Okay, so right here, Lizard Woman glared at Jack an extra second or two. She wanted to be sure he got the message that he had almost been a very dead fly. Yes, she said, that's fine, whirling away. She instantly settled on a new victim, Jessie, in the sentence Jack just made up. What word is the object of the preposition? Surviving a direct hit from the reptile patrol was a little scary. So Jack assigned another tenth of his mind to the unpleasant job of watching out for Mrs. Carroll. Glancing at the clock, Jack saw he had another 30 minutes of eighth period to go. With an inward smile, he went back to his own thoughts, replaying his secret victory again and again. And Jack especially enjoyed thinking about that desk sitting there like a sweet, sticky time bomb in the back row of the music room. Okay, and that is the end of chapter 4. Did not tell you that was a super short chapter, class. So obviously he's going to be planning something big to get back at his dad here. And I'm anxious to see what that is, but we'll have to wait and hopefully find out in the next time, Chapter 5, School Justice of the Janitor's Boy. So if you haven't already, please click like to give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the bell notification to be informed of future videos. I will see you in the next one, Lord willing. Thank you for watching. Bye.